तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। Let us hello 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 थोड़ा बढ़ा दो। hello, can you hear me? हेलो हेलो ठीक है। लेट अस resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees at the house of Girish Chandra Ghosh, dated 25th February 1885, when Sri Ramakrishna reached in the Bagbazar area of North Kolkata on his way to witness the Brishaketu drama in the Star Theatre, which was then situated on Beaton Street. Those who know the map of Calcutta, they know in Beaton Street, even now that theatre is existing in the name of Minerva Theatre. But in those days it was first named in Star Theatre. Later on, Star Theatre got shifted in Cornwallis Street at its present location. But these are all very historic and spiritual places, being sanctified by the visit of no other than Sri Ramakrishna and his associates. Before visiting there, he stopped over, as usual, to meet his intimate devotees. It was the trend of Sri Ramakrishna. Whenever he used to come to Calcutta, he would call the intimate devotees and infuse spirituality in their minds. He was always God-oriented, and he wanted his devotees to be God-oriented also. So all the discussions he had with here is of deep spiritual realizations. With the topic which we ended in the last Sunday, where Sri Ramakrishna said that Samadhi is 5 types, and each type is related to the movement of some animals for the convenience of our understanding. Like some Samadhi like the movement of ants, some are like movement of fish, for birds, like that. Now we have to understand what is this Samadhi he is talking about. We have some level of existence. Our mind moves in 4 levels. Normal level, conscious level, इसको जागृत कहलाता है. Normal level of existence, where we interact with the world outside. This is Chetan, Jagrat, conscious level. And when we sleep, then there are 2 levels possible. First, we go to our Chetan, subconscious. There, the body is inoperative. In the conscious level, the body and mind and the intellect all are acting together. We can feel our body, we can think, we can move. But when we sleep, we cannot move. Our body is at rest. We cannot see, we cannot hear, we cannot smell, We do not feel the touch. So all the five sense organs, Chakshu, Karna, Nasika, Jiva, Tvak, they are switched off. So we have 11 organs with which we interact with the world. 10 external organs and 1 internal organs. We have to understand our own system, then we can understand what he is talking about. We have 11 organs, instruments. Organs means instruments with which we interact. So out of these 10 are the external organs and 1 is internal organ. The external organs have 2 divisions. One is organs of knowledge, once it is organs of action. Karmendriya, Jnanendriya. Pancha Karmendriyani, Pancha Jnanendriyani. Dash Bahirendriyani. 10 external organs, 5 are organs of knowledge with which we acquire knowledge, and 5 are organs of action with which we work. Karmendriyani. So organs of knowledge which I just recounted, Chakshu, Karna, Nasika, Jiva, Tvak, by which we see, our eyes, we see, we get a cognition of vision, sight. Then Karna, by which we hear. The Nasika, with which we smell. Jiva, with which we taste. Tongue, and Tvacha is the skin by which we feel. These organs of knowledge, and they are augmented by the organs of, but these organs cannot work. If you have to go somewhere, these 5 sense organs cannot do any work. For doing the work, we have 5 organs of action. They are first our feet, by which we can move. We can go from one place to another, we can travel. Then 2 hands with which we work. We say hands of work. So hands and feet are the 2 major organs of work. And with this also we have the organ of speech, Vani. It should not be underestimated. By speech one can do miracle. The political leaders are winning election by this organ of speech only. We get mesmerized by their speeches. So Vak is a very powerful organ of action with which miracle can be done. By words you can please a person, make him friend. By words you can make a person enemy. So these are Bak, Pani, Pada, the 3 organs of work, and Payupastha, 2 lower organs with which we also work. So these are the 5 organs of the action: Bak, Pani, Payu, Pada, Upastha. And with these, so these, when we sleep, we go to the level of subconscious, where these 10 organs of knowledge and action are inoperative. They don't work. But this one organ is working, that is Antarindriya. The 10 are Bahirindriya, one is Antarindriya, that is mind. Mind has 4 functions, Man, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar. But all these 4 functions, our memory, our intellect, our cogitation and Nirnaya, decision, all these are comprising of the mind. That remains active during our dream state. Then we dream. During the dream state we see many things, we hear many things. How are you seeing? Not with these eyes or ears, but with our mental state. So when we are active in the conscious level, then we work with our sthul sharira. We have a sthul sharira, this gross body, which is seen before the mirror. This is our gross body. When somebody asks us what is your identity, we give our identity of sthul sharira, which is seen before the mirror, which can be photographed. We have an identity card we photograph with our body. But within this sthul sharira, we have a sukshma sharira, subtle body, which is operative when we are dreaming. Sthul sharira is switched off, but sukshma sharira is acting. There is the mind. That cannot be seen, but that can be felt. We all feel that we are dreaming. So, when we go to the dream state, our mind is subconscious. Then we go to the deep sleep state. Then, deep sleep state, then this Sukshma Sharir is also switched off. Mind is also not working. So, we go to a state, is a state of unconscious state. Achetan. Chetan, avachetan, achetan. Conscious, subconscious, unconscious. Dream state, what happens? You cannot remember. When you are fast asleep, when you get up, somebody asks you, what happened? So, I do not know. I was deeply asleep. I do not know anything. I cannot remember. You are not dreaming at the state. You are unconscious. Nevertheless, you are not completely switched off. There is certain memory that you are unconscious. So something was awake, different from your body and mind, which was witnessing that you are unconscious. That is our Atman. That is Sakshu Chaitanya. So these are the three normal states where we travel. Conscious, subconscious, unconscious. Everyone. In 24 hours, normally we work for 14 to 16 hours. In our 6 to 8 hours sleep. Mostly we sleep in the subconscious state. Hardly 5 to 10 minutes we'll have deep sleep. That's all our parameters. Now, Thakur here is talking about Samadhi. Now, where does this Samadhi takes place? Is it neither in the conscious level, nor subconscious, nor unconscious? So, the yogis claim there is a fourth stage possible. That is superconscious, Ati Chetan. One was Chetan, conscious, another subconscious, Avachetan, and unconscious, Achetan. These are our reach of journey. Only these three levels. We have a house, that 4-storied house. We have the ground floor, that your Achetan, then first floor, Avachetan, and second floor, Chetan. There is the top floor, which is Ati Chetan, where we do not go, where we cannot go. We are constrained by these three stages. The yogis claim that it is possible by your effort, by sadhana, to reach to the top floor of your house. It is closed now for us, but nevertheless we have it. We have a 4-story mansion. Going to the top floor is called Samadhi. That's what he is talking about. So when we travel from the conscious to superconscious, that is the move from our normal level to superconscious level. Now, how does it happen? The yogis say that at the base of our spinal cord, रीढ़ का हड्डी के नीचे, we have the storage of our spiritual power dormant. Our adhyatmic shakti, spiritual power, is supta, dormant, lying at the base of our spine. But the grace of God by sadhana, when that latent power rises, becomes awake, then that power rises through the spinal cord from the base of the spine to the top of the head. When it reaches the top of the head, then we attain the superconscious state. Nevertheless, its travel upwards on the way that has various supernatural experiences, even on the way. And final destination is the top of the head. That is called the stage of samadhi, superconscious state. That's what Sri Ramakrishna is talking about here. This is the samadhi state. Now, how it happens, how to do, these are all discussed now. It's a very interesting topic. Now, first of all, you have to understand that it is possible for every one of us. Every one of us is endowed with this system. Same system is given. Everyone is given a gift of 4-storied house. Unfortunately, we have no key to rise to the top floor. We are restricted to the first 3 floors. Somehow we can, if we can get the key and rise to the top, then another new experience starts in our life. That is called spiritual dimension, Adhyatmic Chetana. The goal of life is to rise to the top floor without denying the first 3 floors. It may not be concluded that when you go to the top floor and then we lose our access to the first 3 floors. We have all these access. But in addition, we get a chance to go to the top floor. Sri Ramakrishna is attracting our attention to rise to the top floor. That is equated to a vision of God. God is residing on the top floor, but we are not able to see God or interact with Him because we are in the first 3 floors. So in order to interact with God, we have to go to the top floor. So here Sri Ramakrishna is talking that one has to rise to this top floor somehow or other through the path of bhakti. I am recapitulating what has been discussed in our last classes. So this can be done in this yuga by devotion, bhakti. Now bhakti also Sri Ramakrishna says the 3 varieties: Sattvic bhakti, Rajasic bhakti, Tamasic bhakti. Sattvic bhakta quietly, regularly meditates, prays to God and gradually controls his mind and attains to samadhi. Normal, regular way. Rajasic bhakta makes elaborate arrangements of detailed this worship, then lot of rituals. He exhibits, demonstrates, he make an exhibition, shows others that I am a devotee. He will meditate in front of all, sitting with big Rudraksha, showing people that I am meditating like that. That is his nature. That's also a way. But Sri Ramakrishna says both these methods are time consuming. They take long time. So the quick way is the way of the Tamasic Bhakta. Tamasic Bhakta says he demands from God that he must receive the grace. He does not deserve, but he demands. That is the shortest way Sri Ramakrishna is teaching us, giving a secret that we are all children of God, irrespective of who we are. So we usually mark ourselves. मैं कहाँ तक पहुँचा हूँ उसका निर्धारण मैं ही करता हूँ. Whether I am a sinner or I am a virtuous man, whether I am a religious man, I am good or bad, that we rank ourselves with our mind. That is correct ranking. But Sri Ramakrishna says there is another ranking, that we belong to God. The mother has a different set of putting marks. For a mother, the children are dear to her, irrespective of her qualities. A child may have lot of failings, lot of shortcomings. Our job is to attain the grace of God. You to understand, our job is not to be perfect or not to become pure. That is not our job. We try to become pure so as to attain God. The ultimate job is to attain God. Now, God is gracious to all of us because we are all her own child, own children. And the irony of fact is this we have to understand and realize, that if we have any shortcoming, that is a positive side for that is our strength. We have to understand, our shortcomings are our strength. This has to be clearly understood. We normally think that if we have shortcoming, we are weak. No. If we have a shortcoming, we are strong, because the mother feels more affinity to the weaker children. If a child can walk, mother makes the child walk. If the child is handicapped, cannot walk, what does the mother do? It doesn't throw it away. It carries on the lap. The child gets the lap of the mother by dint of being handicapped. Try to understand. This is the secret Sri Ramakrishna telling us, that you have to understand your relation with God. God is your very own. You do not rank yourself to estimate whether you are close to God or you are away from God. You approach God with all your might, and the devotion of the Tamogun, those who are the Tamoguni Bhakto, they simply dash to God and say that you have to give me grace. I am your child. That's all my relation with you. I don't care whether I'm good or bad. I am your child. You have to take care of me. When a person approaches God with this mentality, God takes care. So all we have to do is we have to exercise our heritage, our birthright. We have a birthright to go to God because we are His children. So we have to exercise our birthright power to go to God. That is Bhakti Stama. And that is reflected by our attaining Samadhi. This is the gist of the statement he is telling. This sound thoda badha dijiye. So here Sri Ramakrishna is saying that when a person attains Samadhi, that is, he enters in the spiritual region, then his conscious gets transformed from the Chetan into Ati Chetan, conscious to superconscious. That is, his latent power in the base of the spine gets awakened. Kundalini Jagrat ho jate hain. And when it becomes like, it is called like a serpent. A serpent is coiled up at the base of the spine. By the grace of God, when it rises, when it becomes aroused, become awakened, then that serpent moves upward along the spinal cord. This movement has 5 types, 5 ways it moves. The first type of its movement, that Kundalini Shakti, is a power. It rises to the spinal cord. It's like the ants, Pipilika Bath. We have seen the movement of ants. They're all straight in one unidirection. The ants move. The leader gets the first step, and all like an army, it goes in a very systematic, straightforward way. It doesn't divert here and there. So first movement is the Kundalini rises along the spinal cord in a straightforward fashion and ultimately reaches on the top of the brain. This is one movement called Pipilika Bath. Next is another variety, Meena Bath, like a fish. You have seen in aquarium how the fish, you have seen the in the aquarium how the fish move. Here there is no fixed direction. We go here and there according to its will. But it goes on moving. It's a continuous move in a straightforward way, in a curved way, in this way, that way, up, down, like that. So the fish also, this Kundalini Shakti rises. Gradually it rises, and ultimate destination is top of the brain. Third is that Pakshi Bath. The Pakshi Bath means it is like a bird. A bird, it remains in the tree and it moves to the top branches, but it is not a continuous move. Sometimes it will make a jump from one branch to another, stay there for some time, again make a jump, but there is no fixed direction. It goes to right direction, left direction, top, down, like in jerks. The bird moves in a branch of a tree. You have seen how the branch tree. So this is the third variety. Kundalini also rises in this fashion. It's called Pakshi Bath. Another is Tirjak Bath, like a serpent. Serpent never moves in a straight direction. It will move in a curvilinear fashion, but smoothly it will go. Tirjak, not straight. Opposite. Tirjak means opposite to the straightforward. Tirjak. So इधर उधर करके जाएंगे, जैसे सांप जाते हैं. Smoothly it will move. So like that also the Kundalini rises in a curvilinear fashion. And finally, fifth movement he has done, Kapibat, like a monkey. The monkey, it doesn't move here and there. Suppose it is sitting on the lower branch of a tree, quietly sitting. Suddenly, what will happen? It will jump. In one jump, it will go to the top. In one jump, that is the movement. So that's why I say that बंदर बत है. There is no ठिकाना, कुछ नहीं है. कैसे करेगा कुछ पता नहीं. The बंदर does not act on any rational fashion. कोई भी कुछ कर सकता है. तो हम लोग कहते हैं कोई condemn people, the बंदर बुद्धि है, बुद्धि ठीक नहीं है. ये बंदर कैसे बुद्धि होता है? So Kapibat means it rises and छलांग मार के चले गए. Similarly, the Kundalini Shakti is now in the base of the spine. Suddenly it makes a jump and goes on the top. One jump. That's also possible. So Sri Ramakrishna has experienced all types of samadhis, and having experience, he is recounting from his experience, which is corroborated in our scriptures. Whatever is written in the scriptures have been realized by Sri Ramakrishna. That's why Swami Vivekananda says, we have to read the scriptures in the light of the life and teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. Then it becomes clear. Scriptures are theoretical knowledge. Sri Ramakrishna realized it in a practical sense. So when these two ideas we match, then we get the correct understanding of the subject. So these are the 5 ways of this Kundalini Jagaran, which is called Samadhi, which Sri Ramakrishna has recounted. Now he says, now there are 2 more types of Samadhi. One is Sthita Samadhi and another is Unmana Samadhi. One is Jad Samadhi and the Unmana Samadhi. So, Sthita Samadhi means that the person enters into this realm of superconscious state and remains at that stage for a long time. Long time means for a long period, for many days, for many years. Sthita Samadhi, this Sri Ramakrishna is mentioned that these are the experiences. Some place, one person, he enters into this Samadhi. He is not dead, but he is, as I said, that when a person goes to the superconscious state, then his body and mind become switched off. Like in an unconscious state, his body and mind doesn't function when you are deeply asleep. Similarly, when you are in the superconscious state, our body and mind does not function. That doesn't mean that we are dead. Like when you are deeply asleep, we are not dead. We are living, but we are in unconscious state. Similarly, when you are in Samadhi, we are not dead, we are living, but in a superconscious state. So one, Sri Ramakrishna gives an anecdote, one example. One person entered into this Samadhi, suddenly. Then people didn't know what to do with it. They thought he is dead or something. They buried the person. Buried the person and went away. They thought he is dead. He was there for many years. After a long time, some people came and they dug the burial ground. When they dug the burial ground, then they found this person in a sitting posture. He is not lying posture, sitting posture, but he is as if he is dead. Then they couldn't understand what is will do. Some with this, there were some movements, and suddenly his consciousness came from superconscious to conscious. As soon as he became conscious, he became alive, and he wanted to, and he was behaving as he was behaving before. So that shows that there is a stage possible which is Sthita Samadhi. And there is another stage, Unmana Samadhi, Hatha Samadhi. Suddenly it becomes. Person was doing work, as suddenly it becomes on the spot of the moment, he enters into Samadhi. That we have seen in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. Everybody was surprised. He was talking very normally. He was singing songs. Suddenly he will become completely aloof. They were surprised. Suddenly he will become under Samadhi without any rhyme or reason. A little inclination, God's name or God's remembrance, he is talking quite happily. Suddenly Narendranath comes, Swami Vivekananda. Seeing Narendranath, he says, "Na," couldn't finish Narendra, and he went into Samadhi. This is Unmana Samadhi. So it demonstrates what is written in the scriptures. So ये विभिन्न प्रकार का समाधि, various types of samadhis, he is giving a narration in order to attract us, in order to tell us all these are waiting for us. We are not born here to eat, drink and sleep and die. We have an option to realize these blessed experiences in our very life. For that we are born, and we must not leave God. We must continuously pray with earnestness. We can demand that we are born, we have got this, we are endowed with this human body in order to experience such blessed experience. in order to experience such great heights. We are not born here to just born and die. But provided we must have that interest, we must have the interest to have these spiritual experiences. So this is the key of our spiritual illumination. Ask and it shall be given you. Jesus the Christ says, ask and it shall be given you. Ask, pucho, mango, demand, and you'll get it. Seek and ye shall find it. अब ढूंढो मिलेगा. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. ये दरवाजा बंद है, दरवाजा धक्का लगाओ, खटखटाओ, दरवाजा खुलेगा. सो दरवाजा के भीतर जाने के लिए हमें इच्छा होना चाहिए. There must be an intense yearning for our spiritual life. And the golden solution of Sri Ramakrishna in Bengali, जे चाहे से पाए, finished. जो मांगता है उसको मिलता है. There is no other way, but we have made things very complicated. Unfortunately, by a little bit of study of some books, we think we are great pandits and we have made our life very, very complicated. We think in order to realize God, we must have thousands of times of japa, meditation, तीर्थ, उपवास, नाना प्रकार का spiritual illumination चाहिए. Thakur doesn't say that. You ask, can you get it? Finished. ये चाहे से पाए. Because it is our birthright. Birthright is inherited. It comes on its own. You have to understand. You don't have to earn or make yourself prepared. It doesn't need any qualification. Your very birth gives some rights for you, which is automatic, spontaneous. We have to be conscious of our divine heritage. We are not creatures of the hell. हम लोग कोई नरक का कीट नहीं है. हम ईश्वर के संतान है. सर्वदा ये आत्मविश्वास होना चाहिए. Tremendous self-glory that we are children of God. We are having that divine heritage. If we ask, we will definitely get. But those who do not ask, that also Sri Ramakrishna says, जे चाय से पाए, जे नाचाए, ताकि पांच भूते नाचाए. The peculiar Bengali sentence he says, those who ask, जो मांगता है उसे मिलता है, जो नहीं मांगता है, जो नहीं चाहते हैं, उनको पांच भूत है, उसको नाचाता है. नाचाए is a pun in the word. नाचाए means those who do not ask. और नाचाए another word means इसको नाचाता है. कौन नाचाता है? पांच भूत कौन है? ये हमारा क्षिति आप तेज मरुद्भम दिस प्रकृति. ये पांच भूत है, पंचभूत. There is another word, पंचभूत. भूत का भी दो वर्ड है. भूत is the element. Earth, air, ether, water, fire. These are the five elements with which this material world is meant. That is called bhoot. And another bhoot is ghost. So the ghost means this ghost of the prakriti, this world, this material world. It is constantly attracting us. It is making us dance at its tune and forget our divine heritage. So Sri Ramakrishna says, don't dance with the tune with this, our nature. Be conscious about your divine heritage. Ask for it and it will be given. And this samadhi will be attained in these fashions. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling this so that we get encouraged, inspired, attracted to this life. And he will discuss further that how these experiences can be attained in this life. That's also he gives. There Girish Chandra says that can one get God, can one realize God by spiritual practice? Sri Ramakrishna says yes. He gives various ways how a person can attain to this state, which we'll discuss in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam ananta rupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Now, the special announcement, Swami Muktinathanandaji, the senior most vice president, is coming to our mutt on 1st September, and 3rd September is he'll be giving Sunday the spiritual initiation. We won't have a class on that day. So, for that some preliminary meetings are arranged in the old shrine for those who are interested for Mantra Diksha on today or on next Sunday. We, on the 1st of September, Friday, we have arranged the Bhumi Pujan for Ajodhya Ashrama. We are acquiring some land for a new premises of Ajodhya. That groundbreaking ceremony would be sanctified by Gautamanandaji on 1st September, when some of the monks and devotees will assemble. The details will be communicated to you. We close now with the chanting of the Lord. Please join with me. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om.